In the remaining time, what I want you to do is the second agenda item, and I'll be trying to do this throughout the semester, really for two reasons. One, I've been doing this last semester actually, and the semester before, when ChatGPT was actually getting pretty good with how it answers physics questions. So you will see all those from past semesters before, and if you're looking for just the last semesters, then I think it's this one, yeah. With the ChatGPT 01, in the start of the spring semester, last semester, and then go backward. And so I could do the exact same thing, except it'll be now ChatGPT 5. But I feel like that's kind of played out. So what I want to do is kind of beta test, custom GPT that I thought about putting together over summer, and I did start, and I gave it some course material, and just so that some of you have already done this with the generative AI assignment. And by the way, it did always switch. So let me just switch to that so that it uses the latest and best. So one thing that's worth explaining is how this is set up, and so I plan to modify this as we go through the semester, although I'll try to limit how frequently I do it, maybe once a month or so, not every day. And once I kind of thought to myself, oh, I'm gonna be updating it, I had to kind of start tracking how I'm updating it. So I did a start. So let me actually just go and bring this up, because none of this is any kind of secret material, like nothing here. Some of the material isn't available to you, but not because it's a secret. This lecture summaries, I didn't make them available to you mainly because the way it's written, it's really written as a shorthand for other people who already know physics to kind of be able to skim and figure out which lecture covers what. And I can imagine this being useful to other instructors. And if I'm imagining ChatGPT being like a tutor, it's useful to a tutor so that a tutor doesn't have to watch a 2-hour video to know what's covered in there. But for students, I don't think just simply reading through the summary actually gives you a lot of information. So that's really the main reason this is not available to you. But this is a set of knowledge that's available to ChatGPT or the CoA Physics GPT. So it has access to that, and it has a specific configuration instruction. And this was really the starting place where I thought, I might want to create a class GPT, because when I was doing that demo of using ChatGPT as a tutor, what I was starting that demonstration with is kind of instruction that's captured here. Help me learn how to solve physics problem so that when I do the required one-on-one meeting, I can do that. And I thought, that's really what the custom GPTs are for. Somebody can provide the system instructions, and other people who are using it don't have to repeat those. When you start asking question here, it'll, this will already be in its instruction set. So this is the instruction set that's in there right now. I'm just keeping track of it for later when I update it, so that somehow, sometimes there's like a regression in software where things that used to work well somehow stop working well. Then I know where to go back to, and keeping track of this as a Google Doc so that I'll have a version history so I can go back more than just the immediate previous version. So with that, I got 10 minutes, probably enough time to work through some of the problem set 1 questions. So let me do that, problem solving with the class GPT. I'm gonna turn into test student, and let me just pick a question that might be a little bit challenging. Oh, I thought I excused the test student out of that. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't work reliably. Let me just do this so that clearing the module requirement for the test student, so that this is out of the way. Alright, so that's done. Let me just refresh this. Okay, yeah. Now I can view, and then that. Okay, view. And I thought I excused the test student out of problem set 1 too. Maybe I forgot to do that. Either way, now I have access to problem set 1 as test student, and I got maybe 10 minutes. So let me start working through this set. So now, so with this custom GPT, if you do something like this, so this used to be my demonstration to people, please don't do this, because if you do this, you won't learn how to do the question. Now with this class GPT, similar to OpenAI's study and learn mode, if you simply give it a question, it shouldn't answer the whole thing for you. It should instead be trying to teach you how to do questions like this yourself. It'll probably give you some initial set of information. Yeah, or ask this. Yeah, this is a little bit. So I'll say, this is the first question in my first homework set. I think it's kinematics. No, it's not kinematics. It's introduction. I am not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with it. Can you help? Let me see if it'll just answer the whole thing. It might not. We'll see. Yeah, introduction to physics problem solving. Yeah. So that feels like way more information than is helpful right now. Okay. So what do I do? Oh wait, actual text the problem says. I pasted screen shot. Can you read it? Okay. Yes, please. It's way more instruction than I was. Yeah. It's like a tutor, conversational partner, and yeah, I don't know. If it does something that I think is undesirable enough that I need to change the instructions, I'll know. So far, probably not. It's a little bit slower than maybe some of you will have patience for, but I think it says, yeah, okay. So I guess you can verify that it read it correctly. Okay. So unit conversion problem. Okay. Have I tried part A yet? I tried, but I got 4.2 centimeter per year times 1.0 second, but I don't know how to enter that. And then it'll walk you through the unit conversion. So you have to convert year into seconds, so that the time units will cancel out. And then, yeah, so that's what I said I've done. And then it walks you through the conversion, for which there are videos, but this is another example of, 1 year is that. And it's set up in a way these hours will cancel, days will cancel, and you're left with the seconds. So 1 year is this many seconds. Yeah, that's the speed in the units of centimeters per second. And then, and it also tells you to do centimeters to nanometers. And it'll explain, like if you understand, if you ask, sorry, you have this, and I'll be lazy, and I just copied and pasted it in a way where this is kind of weird looking. It should technically be something like this, but let me just leave it in as it is. And I'll say, and I'm not sure where that's coming from. And you should be able to ask it to review SI prefixes for you, or metric prefixes for you. Was it in your homework at all? Just But let's see. But it is part of the problem. Yeah, it might be doing it wrong. So, well, let me. So let's say I did the calculations myself, and I'll get an answer that it says that will say it's wrong. 4.2 divided by 100 centimeters. So it's gonna be in the unit of meters per second. Divided by 3.156 times 10 to the 7. And then I multiply by 1 second, so it'll be same number. And then when I plug in 1.3308 e minus 9, 1.3308 e minus 9, it should say it's wrong because I need to convert it to nanometers. So it was sometimes, this is a problem that generative AI sometimes has. It's overly agreeable. So when you bring up an issue, it's too quick to just to say, "Oh, my fault, my bad." When no, it wasn't your fault. There's more than you explain. I tried the numbers myself, but it says it's wrong. Now it should tell me to do the conversion to nanometers. Had the wrong scale, yeah. Not, but the correct result is about that. No, correct, yeah. Okay. So may over here, as if it were. Yeah. So let's say you are satisfied enough with just getting the correct answer and then move on. We'll do that and move on. I'll come back to that problem later. I have a different question. So I've got maybe 2-3 minutes. Let me yeah, it should not be. That's way too much information. Again, I'm mostly beta testing our custom GPT. I'll think through if there are some changes I want to make. So this is one of the fairly challenging questions. There's a homework couple video. You just have to do the dot product thing. Dot product which we skip in the lectures. But there is a homework couple video that'll walk you through this. So let's imagine, let's see if our class GPT can help me with it. I heard the professor mention that I need to use the dot product here, but I'm not sure where to start. Let's see if it'll. And up above was definitely repeating a lot of information that's not quite as germane to the question. Here, let's see what it'll do. One challenging thing is, so the dot product that's not in the lecture notes. So if it's looking at the lecture notes, it won't find the necessary information. It has to figure out that it has just to pull from its general knowledge. Maybe. We'll make this our last question and then wrap up. I don't know why it's taking so long. Let me wait maybe 30 more seconds, and then if it's still stuck, I will. Um, I can change to a different model. I think if I switch to 4.0, it'll answer more quickly. Even if the answer is completely off base, for the purpose of this session, completely off base answer is better than stalled answer. So yeah, all right. Let's just retry. And this okay, where the product comes in. Okay, the product definition, unit vectors, angle. Yeah, that's the formula. So yeah, simplifies to that. Oh. But why is it working out the whole thing? I mean, so when generative AI does it, again, the main thing is for you to learn how to solve these problems. So if it's solve the entire thing for you, then the burden is on you to take care in reading through, making sure that you actually understood. You're not just copying and pasting the answers. And one way you might do that is after you've done it, go away for a bit, like take a break, 6 hours, come back next day. And when you try it again, like look at this question again, without ChatGPT's help, can you answer it again? So that's what I would recommend. So the reason I put together this class of GPT, and really the way I think ChatGPT can actually help you learn is it can be a really capable tutor. This I'm not sure yet. I'm beta testing, but if like a vanilla ChatGPT works great. I think I've linked you to this playlist where you've seen me do that, and really the responsibility is on you to make sure that you are using it to learn, not get just to get answers. So